Happy morning to you all. Blue Stars Higher Secondary School welcomes you all to learn the vocabulary exercise foreign words. Foreign words. What means foreign words? Foreign words are words that have been introduced to the English language that have etymologies, that means origins from other countries. Etymology is the study of word origins or beginnings. All of the following foreign phrases have come from other languages. It will be helpful to note that the foreign phrases that have similar origins look and sound similar. When a word is borrowed, it is often gradually changed so that it fits the phonological and morphological structure of the borrowing language or dialect. First reason is for necessity. People need to develop words for new and unfamiliar concepts. New technology, new plants and animals, and new unfamiliar foods. Second, it is for prestige. Certain cultures are associated with particular prestigious activities. It is common for the words associated with that activity to come from the language of that culture. When a word is borrowed, it is often gradually changed so that it fits the phonological and morphological structure of the borrowing language or dialect. Foreign phrases, French etymology, RSVP. It's an expression that represents the French words response, sil, was, play. Short definition for this RSVP, please respond. Situation that the word will be used. This word will be used in many cases when you receive an invitation. If the person has this on their invitation, they intend for you to let them know if you will be in attendance. Next word, déjà vu. A French term that means feeling of having seen or experienced something before it has been actually seen or experienced for the first time. A short definition of this word is already seen. Situation in which this word can be used if you have ever been somewhere before or had a conversation with your friends and you feel like it has happened before, although you know it has not. Next one, fox pass. A French term that means a social blunder or violation of social norms, customs, etc. Short definition is false step. Situation in which a fox pass occurs. Imagine that Jalan, coming from a family that never eats together or blesses the food before they eat, goes to dinner over his friend's house. Jalan feels really embarrassed when he starts staring into his food, only to find that everyone is staring at him in amazement. Next, du jour, a French term that means of the day or of the moment. Situation in which du jour is used. Often when you go into a restaurant, they will offer a special of the day. Imagine that you go into a restaurant and see a sign that says the soup du jour is clam chowder. Next word, bon voyage. A French word that is used to express farewell and good wishes to a traveler. Short definition is good journey or trip. Situation in which this word is used. On movies, you probably have seen a ship leaving dock for the ocean with the passengers waving and the onlookers screaming, bon voyage. Next, foreign phrases. Femme fatale, a French word that means an extremely attractive and alluring woman who leads her admirers into difficult or dangerous situations. Short definition is deadly woman. Situation in which the word will be used in the movie The Wash. Dr. Dre and Snoop helped to save their kidnapped boss by getting two attractive women to pretend that their car had stalled. When the kidnappers came out to help, they went into the house and saved the boss. Next word, esprit de corps. It's a French word that means group spirit. A sense of pride and honor showed by those in the same group or undertaking. Short definition, spirit of the body. Situation in which the word will be used when President Obama came to BTW. All Memphians had a sense of pride to be from this city. Also, football team, basketball team, and the military are organizations that have a sense of pride. Avant-garde. It's a French word that refers to a group of people, usually artistic, that means singers, dancers, actors, etc., who use innovative, new, and different ways to express themselves. The short definition is avant-garde. Situation in which this word will be used. The singers on the new show X Factor use new ways to sing old songs. What foreign phrases can be used to describe these singers? We have to find it. Joie de vivre. It's a French word that means a hearty enjoyment of life or a delight in being alive, something that makes you enjoy life. The short definition, joy of living. Situation in which the word can be used. To many people, entertainment seemed to be Michael Jackson's joie de vivre. Did Michael Jackson enjoy entertaining? Yes, he enjoyed it thoroughly. Carte blanche is a French term that means having unlimited and complete freedom to do whatever you want. The short definition, unlimited freedom. Situation in which the word will be used. Imagine that Bill Gates gave you a blank check that you could write for any amount and they would let you cash it at their bank. At that moment, would you have carte blanche? Yes. Alma mater. It's a Latin word that means the school or college or university that you have attended. It also means school song. Short definition for this word alma mater, school song or old school. Situation in which the word is used. On the movie Lean on Me, the principal asked the boys who were skipping in the restroom if they knew the alma mater. Then he asked them to sing it to him. Which definition of alma mater was he talking about? That means he is asking about old school. Next word, cum laude. It's a Latin term that means you graduated with honors, a grade average between 3.53 to 3.74. Short definition, with honors. Situation in which the word will be used. When I graduated from Fisk University, my diploma had cum laude written on it. What does that mean? I had to have had for a grade point average. Next question, verbatim. It's a Latin word that means using the exact or same words used by a speaker or writer. Short definition, word for word. Situation in which the word can be used. Most of the students in Mrs. Lawrence's class know all of the lyrics to Lil Boozy's songs. What does that mean? They can do. They are singing the song. Foreign phrases, Latin etymology. Status quo. It's a Latin term that means keeping things exactly the way they are, the normal state of affairs. Short definition for this word, the norm. Situation in which the word will be used. Bandwagon technique is used when everyone does something because they saw someone else do it first. Why do you think there has to be a status quo before bandwagon can be an effective persuasive technique? Caveat emptor. It's a Latin phrase which means a warning that notifies a buyer that the goods he or she is buying are as is, or if it's broken when you buy it, you cannot return it. Short definition: let the buyer beware. Situation in which this word will be used: if you are buying a used car, would you still want it if the seller had a big piece of paper on it that read caveat emptor? Tabula rasa. It's a Latin term that is based on the belief that newborn babies are born with a new, clean, innocent, pure mind. People who believe in this philosophy think that a child's environment only influences how successful a child will become. Short definition for this word tabula rasa: blank slate. Situation in which the word can be used: do you think that a child is going to be like who they grow up around all of the time, or can they be different? Foreign phrases. Latin etymology. Ad nauseam, a Latin word that means something is being done until it almost makes you sick or nauseated. Short definition: to a sickening degree. Situation in which the word will be used: it makes me sick to my stomach when the radio keeps playing "We Like to Party" by Beyonce. Next, Greek etymology. Alpha and omega. These are all the words we are using in our mathematics, isn't it? Mathematics, physics and chemistry. A Greek term that means the beginning and the end. Alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet, while omega is the last. Short definition: the beginning and the ending. Situation in which the word can be used: my preacher said he is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending. Who was he talking about? Next, Greek etymology, hoi polloi. It's a Greek term that means the masses or the common, regular, the people of the world, the opposite of the rich and famous. Short definition for this term: the many or the people. Situation in which the word can be used: President Barack Obama can be referred to as the people's president. Is he representative of the hoi polloi? Yes. Foreign phrases. Italian etymology. Prima donna. It's an Italian phrase that usually means a temperamental, arrogant person who throws temper tantrums when they don't get his or her way. It also refers to the main or chief female singer in an opera. Short definition for this term: first lady or diva. Situation in which the word can be used: when Guxi Man referred to himself as a prima donna in his song, which definition do you think he meant? Loan words have come mainly in three ways. It was brought by foreign invaders who settled in the country. It came through foreign contacts originating in war, exploration, trade, travel, etc. It came through scholarship, learning and cultures. Latin contribution: cross from Latin crux, candle from Latin candles, creed from Latin creda, comet from Latin cometa. Some of the French contribution. The French loanwords in English can be classified under the following heading: government and administrative word, govern, crown, empire, minister, duke, Duchess. Military words: army, navy, enemy, battle, defense, admiral, soldier. Law words: trespass, heir, estate, property, court, accuse, pardon. Ecclesiastical terms: theology, sermon, religion, clergy, parson, cardinal. Meat: salmon, sardine, calf, swine, pig, roast, boiled, fry, saucer. German contribution. German gave English certain musical terms like waltz, yodel, etc. Terms related to mining and metal work: quartz, cobalt, nickel, zinc. Philosophical term: zeitgeist, leitmotif. Psychological term: gestalt, terms like seminar, kindergarten, diplomacy, Nazism, Hitlerism. English words of Arabic origin. In science and math: algebra, algorithm, average, alchemy and chemistry. Technical terms: engineering, military, business, commodities, etc. Admiral, adobe, arsenal, assassin, coffee, cotton. Knowing a word involves to recognize what it sounds like, what it looks like, being able to provide a dictionary definition, being able to use it appropriately and effectively in a range of contexts. The most important part of any language is the vocabulary. It helps us to understand the meaning of the words, and to use them in day-to-day life is a very difficult task. And knowledge of loan words can help the students overcome this difficulty. They play an important role to help improve the word database of the students. Whatever the teaching methodology can be, but teaching must be learner-centered. The language has to be taught in such a way that it will help us not just to speak and write and listen, but to communicate. A child's receptive vocabulary is typically larger than his or her productive vocabulary. A beginner usually develops a receptive understanding of new words before they are able to produce them. Definition for the borrowing words: English language has borrowed profusely from other languages like Latin, French, Spanish and German, and absorbed and assimilated them. For example, eureka is not an English word, but it means I found out. Viva voce, a spoken examination. Scienti, without a date being fixed. Resume, a brief summary. Rapport, close relationship with good understanding. Bona fide, genuine. Bon voyage, wish someone a good and safe journey. Anita wished her friend bon voyage to US. In toto, totally, as a whole, the management accepted our plan in toto. Liaison, regular exchange of information between two groups. There should be liaison between army and police. Ex gratia, something paid as a gift, not as a legal payment. An ex gratia amount of rupees 15,000 was paid to the family of flood victims. En masse, something done together. The management team resigned en masse.